This is Amy Vaster, and this is our week 2 help video for the spring 2019 semester. And today, for this week, I wanted to talk about the composition. I know there's two primary things that I suspect will be a concern for you this week, and the first is the live chat, and the second is the is the composition. So, to kind of allay some concerns about the live chat, I know a lot of you have already been working on getting it scheduled and getting in and getting it done with classmates. But really, the biggest thing for this week, I'm not going to be grading it very strictly at all. The biggest thing that I want to see is that you were able to get in there and get the tool to work. So, I mean, I do want you to ask and answer a couple questions in Spanish, but again, the grading will be really lenient. So, basically a completion grade as long as you're able to get in and get it done and submitted. So hopefully that helps reassure you if you were concerned about the live chat. Now the composition, I also hope that this is reassuring to you if you've been worried about the composition, and I really hope that you watch this video before you write the composition. I checked this evening and it looked like only a couple students had done it, so hopefully I'm catching most of you before you've started working on that. Like I say in the prompt, I do know that you've been studying Spanish for a very, very short time, like 10 days at this point. And so I'm not looking for anything very complicated. This is not a reflection of your current writing skills in English or of your communication levels or your intelligence level or anything else. Please do not take it at, the simplicity of it as any kind of a reflection of your communicative abilities in your native language or in English or any other language. But with Spanish, because you've only been studying Spanish for about 10 days at this point, this will be a fairly formulaic composition. So look at the questions that I provided, look at the model that I provided, and that's what you're going to be doing. Just really, really simple. Really repetitive is perfectly fine because in English, when you are trying to decide how to word a sentence, you don't really generally use grammar rules or anything like that to inform your decision. Instead, you decide what to write and what order to put things in based on what sounds right. And in Spanish, you don't know what sounds right yet. And the only way that you'll get to that is by frequent exposure and repetition of simple, correct structures. So that's what this composition is intended to do, is provide you with an opportunity to produce those simple, correct structures using a lot of the current vocabulary. So if you're using a dictionary and you're looking up more than, say, 5 to 7 words in the dictionary, you're probably taking this and making it more complicated than it needs to be, or you're just not using enough vocabulary. So even if maybe it's you're not able to say everything that you would want to say. In fact, that's what's going to happen. You won't be able to say everything that you would say about your school supplies in English, and that's perfectly fine. So look at the vocabulary list and from chapter 1 and identify, okay, what are the things that I can talk about? So most of you probably have a backpack, una mochila. Right? So you're going to talk about what you have in your backpack. Or, let's say you use a computer bag or a messenger bag or something like that instead of a backpack, a mochila. Let's just use the word mochila for now. Use that because it's a close enough approximation to what you use. So you would say, en mi mochila tengo un libro de historia. I have a history book. And then if you have any other books, tengo un libro de matemáticas. And all the different things that you might have in your backpack. And then you could also tell what you don't have in your backpack. No tengo una calculadora. And you can also go through for each of your classes. If you're taking multiple classes this semester, you can tell what you have, what supplies you have for each of those classes. So, para la clase de matemáticas, tengo un libro de matemáticas. Para la clase de matemáticas, tengo una calculadora. Para la clase de matemáticas, no tengo un diccionario. I don't have a dictionary for math class. So just really simple, really repetitive. If you want to get more creative, add in colors. Yo tengo una mochila roja. Yo no tengo una mochila azul. Yo no tengo una mochila verde. Right? You can just get a lot of repetition in there with colors. And that's really the goal for this composition. So hopefully you can take those examples and put it together fairly easily. If you find that you are getting really frustrated with it, or that you just feel like you can't complete it, then shoot me an email, because chances are you're probably overthinking it, and I can maybe help you brainstorm a way to simplify it a little more. And remember, this is your rough draft. You'll submit this to me, and then I will give you feedback for you to submit your final draft. So hopefully that's helpful. Good luck with all of the week 2 materials, and I will see you all online.